side. Yes, it is. Time is on my side. Yes, it is.
Welcome to the Team Real World Radio Show on 107.3 FM.
WBRP.
My name is Maurice Velasquez,
And I'm John Shirk.
and we are Team Real World. This radio show is where we discuss all things business, management, leadership, and team dynamics. It is a pleasure to be with you, and thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you taking the time to join us and tuning in. Our slogan is real simple: real problems, real solutions, really fun. I think we're getting that down pat.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right. Our website, let us give it to you. It's teamrealworld.com. And our phone number is 225-772-4357. And we've gotten some emails, some feedback.
Yes, we have.
That not emails, because that's the problem. We've gotten some feedback that whenever we say, hey, y'all, send us an email, shoot us an email, we never give anybody our email addresses.
That's
so
right.
here they are. Maurice, MAURICE at teamrealworld.com, and
JSHERK, J Shirk at teamrealworld.com.
you can also find us on Facebook. Simply type in Team Real World, and you'll find us there. So a lot of different ways. We're on Twitter and all that stuff as well. We'll give that to you guys later when figuring out how to announce that.
And gang, those are our real email addresses. You
Yes.
email us, they come right to us on our phone.
Absolutely. So today we have a great show.
Yes, we do.
We are very excited about it. Sometimes I feel like, every show we say, man, this is probably the most important show in the entire world, right?
Yeah.
Well, this one is. How many times, John, think about it. How many times you tell people in the elevator, out in a network conference show, at a coffee, your friends, family, of what you do, and this topic comes up all the time. Okay, tell me if it's not probably up there at the very top. Time management.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, it may not be the phrase time management. It's just, I'm so busy at work. I can't hardly keep up. I'm sprinting all day long.
We are so disorganized.
Oh, yes.
Man, we're all over the place.
Oh, yes.
Man, my boss, she's so, all those things just point to time management.
Yep.
So today we are going to cover time management. Hopefully we'll stay within our time frame.
That's right. That's right. And you can know now how valuable the next 60 minutes of your life will be.
Exactly. Hopefully. So if you're driving, hopefully somebody around you is recording it. You can also get it from our website. We put it on our website. And you can email us, and we'll even send you the form that you can fill out as you listen to the podcast, because we actually have a nice little form that you can take notes. For those of you that are able to take notes, enjoy the show. We got a lot of information. Time management, it's tough. It's tough.
Is.
It's probably the single most difficult thing in the world.
That's right. It is in many ways like rowing a canoe upstream instead of downstream.
Yeah, and only to realize that the folks around you are paddling in different directions.
That's right.
Because, think about it. You got your stuff all organized, right?
Yep.
You got your things all, because we're going to get into that. When should you organize? How should you organize? And, man, what happens on Monday, John?
Wow, all hell breaks loose.
It's unbelievable.
Yes,
okay,
absolutely.
How many emails do we all get on Monday morning? We call it the rat race for a reason.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
What happens on Monday? All the rats come out.
There's not any good rat races without some rats
Have
in
you
it.
seen the commercial where this guy walking by the park and all the squirrels start jumping at him?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious. That's how it
Yeah.
feels like. That's how it feels, except that it's rats.
That's right.
And it's called a rat race for a reason.
That's right. There's only one piece of cheese, baby.
I tell you, and one of the biggest mistakes we make, we all do it. John, it feels sometimes as though we went to school and somebody taught us how to do it the wrong way, because we're all doing it the
Yep.
wrong way. But it's the exact same thing.
It is. Somebody pulls a trigger, click and whir, and away we go,
And
baby.
it's like, we all got the degree of dysfunctionality.
That's right.
And it happens on Monday mornings. So somebody said to us, okay, over a long period of time, this is the way we do things.
That's right.
Okay, on Monday morning, get to your office without a game plan. Turn on your computer and pray to God, that
That's
not
right.
everything breaks. And then determine the rest of your week based on what happens those 2 hours.
That's right. Fly into sudden fear when you realize your 9 o'clock meeting you're not at all prepared for and aren't
I know.
going to be the things you were supposed to do on Friday, and here it comes.
And the reason why it happens is because everybody wakes up Monday morning and go, wow, the stuff that I did not do Friday and Thursday of last week, I've got it pushed because I got a meeting on Wednesday. So I got to send this email to that person because I got to meet with them today about that budget discussion we were supposed to have, which I didn't have. And the next meeting is going to happen on Wednesday, and I'm going to be held accountable Wednesday. So I'm going to basically shoot you 3 emails, make 2 phone calls, come by your office. Oh, I'm running out of time.
Oh, wow.
Wow. See, this is what happens.
We're not managing our time.
We're not managing our
Maury.
time. But if you're going to be interrupted, at least
right.
let it be by the Rolling Stones.
That's right.
All right, so time to segue.
Can I just make one comment
Absolutely.
about Monday morning?
Yeah. Talk.
There are a few things in life that you can really count on, but I'd just like to say Monday mornings do occur with alarming regularity. So
and we act like it doesn't happen.
Yes.
Again, that's the thing. We all took a class somewhere.
Yes.
Okay, but you know really what it is? It's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
Everybody behaves in a certain way, and we all go down the stream.
Yep.
You know, one of our exercises in our workshop is the domino.
Oh yes.
And that's the best example we have. It's the domino effect. You can be in the middle of the domino and you're minding your own business, and when everybody falls around you, you just got to go along.
That's right.
So you got to start practicing different time management habits, and it is the hardest thing in the world because you're going against the tide.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about throughout the show why it's so difficult and what are some things that we can do to try to get better at this. But it's tough. It's really hard. So the first thing I think we're talking about is be mindful of what you said early just a few minutes ago, is that Monday happens every week.
Yeah, it's amazing. Every single week I can remember, Monday morning happens.
Yes, and so what happens, the nightmare starts, right? And it happens every Monday, and then we're backed up. By the time we do what we should be doing, it's probably Monday afternoon.
Right.
In reality, it's Tuesday morning.
Right.
Okay? And Tuesday morning, what happens? Same thing.
Yep.
But it's not as bad as Monday.
Right.
Okay, so you're all really trying to push, but we're already behind.
Well, and on Tuesday, if you had a Monday meeting, on Tuesday you're trying to decide whether you're really going to do this today or do I have a whole week to do this?
We know we're already behind.
Yep.
So we're trying to catch up and getting ahead on Tuesday, and we're pushing for Tuesday, and we're trying to get into everybody's schedule. We're trying to push each other around. We have a word for that. We'll cover that later. And we're trying to make, the best things possible because we're about to,
Then right after that comes Wednesday.
And then what happens? The big day.
That's right.
Okay, what day is this? Okay, what day are we talking about?
Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Ronnie, how happy are folks who save hundreds of dollars switching to Geico? I'd say happy than a camel on Wednesday.
I tell you, I don't know.
Get happy. Get Geico.
Hump day! I tell you, whoever came up with that commercial at Geico better be getting paid a lot of money.
I know.
Okay, so, but the reason we all laugh is because it's real.
Yep.
Okay, and what's the reality of that? It's hump day.
Yep.
So what happens at hump day all across America? Everyone begins to disengage.
That's right.
Yes or no?
Absolutely.
So the first 2 days was everybody's running this rat race of total catch-up, right?
Yep.
And we're pushing each other around. We call that broadsiding. We'll cover that. We'll get back to in just a few minutes about that. But then hump day happens, and everyone starts to slowly, ever so clearly, to disengage. And we all proud about that. We get on the elevator and go, how you doing? Man, I'm glad it's hump day. It's kind of like telling each other, man, I'm glad I'm disconnecting.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
truly.
really what we're saying.
Truly.
I'm glad we're disengaged.
Yep.
And what happens by Thursday? Man, try to set up a meeting for Thursday. Everybody's already saying stuff like what?
Oh, it's almost weekend.
It's almost the weekend, so why don't we set that up for Monday?
Yeah.
And we all, like rats in a rat race, say, okay.
Yeah.
And then Friday comes around, and I don't know, most offices, Friday, what happens?
Oh yeah,
It's dead.
yeah.
Man, and if there's ever a Friday game of football,
We have a number of clients. They just say, look, noon Friday, everybody just go home.
just go home.
There's no point.
As a matter of fact, in training, you rarely
Yeah.
want to do, so that's the challenge, is that time slips on us
Yep.
all the time, and we just don't seem to be able to catch up. Is this a reality for you? If it is, shoot us an email. Text us.
Tell us about your world.
Tell us about your experiences. It's tough. It really is tough. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep fleshing this out throughout the show. What we tried to show you was some of the realities of it, okay, and be able to dissect it.
You bet.
All right. So you're listening to Team Real World on 107.3 FM. We'll be right back.
WBRP.
A time to build up, a time to break down, a time to dance, a time to mourn, a time to cast away.
Welcome back to Team Real World. You're listening to Talk 107.3 FM.
WBRP.
Too much time on my hands.
Oh, I never feel like
No
that.
one says that.
I never turn the corner about noon and think, oh, I just got too much time to work.
Yeah,
with
if you
today.
ask him, I forgot who's the one that did that song. When they asked him, how did you come up with it? Oh, it was a last minute thing. Bad joke. Bad joke. You know how many bad jokes time management? Yeah, I don't have time for this. All right, anyway. Here's a popular saying, and it's often made into a bumper sticker. It's pretty good. Pretty good. The first time I saw this, I thought, that is very correct. Okay? Disorganization on your part should not constitute an emergency on mine.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
yes.
That is the number one principle that I think we could teach in time management.
Oh, yes.
Adopt that principle, that the emergency on somebody else's part should not that the disorganization on somebody else's part should not constitute an emergency on your part.
Right. And there's certain moments created by disorganization. There can be moments when you knew something was coming and you're getting yourself prepared and you're ready to roll, and for whatever reason, somebody else wasn't. And so just as you're getting ready to execute your program right on schedule, someone else walks up to your door and you hear that little knock and you hear those words.
You busy?
Got a minute?
Got a minute? Right.
Yeah.
Got a minute?
Yeah.
Of course, I never do that to you. I actually just walk in and say, look, I'm taking 10
That's
minutes.
right. Yeah, just walk and sit down.
I just walk in.
Just start talking. That's right.
You know what time it is? It's the meeting with Mo.
John.
But the hardest part about that quote, disorganization on your part should not constitute an emergency of mine, is when you turn it around and the bumper sticker says, or the slogan says, disorganization on my part should not constitute an emergency on others. Now that's professional development.
That's
That's where you get real about this.
Yeah.
It's that the shoe has to fit on both feet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It has to apply to everybody. Nobody likes to be what's called broadsided.
That's right. That's right.
You're going down the road and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, boom. So what is broadsiding?
Broadsiding is when you're on track doing your thing, you're in your rhythm doing what you need to do, and someone out of the blue comes up to you and says, I need to know right now what we're going to do. I need to know right now this piece of
Hey, John,
information.
by the way, I got a text message from the office. They need to know if we are going to send a paper to that new candidate, Billy. They need to know right now. Are we going to hire them?
Could this wait till after the radio
No.
show?
We got to take care of that right now. Right now.
Well, I'm not
Well,
sure.
are we going to do it or not?
Well, we said in the meeting that we were going to have another meeting.
There
to
you
discuss
go.
it.
You see this? You guys are probably thinking, are these guys being real right now? Well, we're not being real in this show, but how many times do we do that to each other?
Oh yeah, all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
That is that's a classic example. I don't know if it's classic. We just did it one time.
Yeah.
In order for it to be classic, it's got to be done for. Let's just say
Yeah.
it'll be classic one day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's an example of a broadside.
Yeah.
In which somebody catches somebody else by surprise about something that they're saying has to be done right now, when it is clearly and almost apparent and obvious that it could wait, or it could have been notified before.
Right. There
That's a
could have been
broadside.
more lead time.
It could have been more lead time.
Yep.
Now, there are some personalities that love to operate on broadsiding others.
Yes.
And what's interesting about all personalities is that we all like to broadside each other on different spectrums of the decision making.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
my
true.
favorite one's when I go to my wife and I say, "Baby, I'm thinking about painting the house." Well, she knows I already got the paint in the car.
Yeah.
I've already talked to the painters, and they're showing up this weekend.
Yep.
Right? So she never had any chance of being able to participate because the decisions are already made. So I broadsided her on the front end.
Now, I'll tell you, on a professional development level, there are folks who intentionally do this as an act of efficiency on their part because
Why?
they know that the person they're broadsiding is going to pause and then say, "Okay, whatever."
Or yeah, that's right. That's right. There are the personalities and styles of decision that
Yeah.
if they wait to the last minute, they know they can get other people to do things.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they say stuff like, "Well, all right, well, let me think about when we're going to do this thing," and you give people time, then what happens? It falls apart.
Yep.
And so those folks that don't like for that to happen, they push, and it's usually at the last minute, and they create the scenario. Of course, I'm not a master at this. Okay, they create the scenario and every excuse under the sun of why it needs to be done. That's a good segment song.
That is a good segment song.
I like that. This middle segment songs are brought to you by what's a good clock company?
Well, none of them are sponsoring us, so
Never mind.
is this a freebie or yeah.
Buy your iPhone stopwatch.
There we go. There we go. Brought to you by IS7.
Yeah, and the funny thing is we're sitting here with two iPhones staring at us because we have to stay on time.
That's right.
So it's
So-
a reality.
So here's an observation, Maurice, that so much of what we talked about so far is absolutely time management.
It is.
But we haven't talked about things like calendars and
Yeah.
keeping track of minutes or those kinds
Right,
of things. 'Cause
right.
Time management creates this stereotype of obsessive planner use and
Oh yeah,
that
oh, yeah.
kind of thing.
And those are absolutely necessary tools.
They are,
'Cause- And
absolutely.
as you listen through the show, you'll notice how we're going to be referring to them. And there are tools to help you stay organized. So, in order to get to that, we first have to start with some basic concepts. Get into your head first. So the one we mentioned earlier, you got to have the commitment that your disorganization on your part should not constitute an unfair emergency on others.
Right.
You got to respect others' time and at least acknowledge up front that, look, I'm sorry, I should have taken care of this earlier. I did know about it Monday, but I do need your help right now. I promised that I'll communicate with you earlier. Can you help me with this? It has now become an emergency on my part. Can you assist me in the following? You know what I'm saying? You have to acknowledge it, because if you don't, everyone around you will know that you're disrespecting their time.
Right.
And no one likes to have their time disrespected.
Well, and what happens in a work environment as well is there's an initial sense in which people see, hey, this works, and
That's
it
right.
promotes that behavior. But then I'll take the house paint example you used
Right.
earlier, Maurice. When you say, I already bought the paint, are you going to be okay with it? And you get a quick, okay. I guarantee you're not going to have someone who likes that color 2 weeks later.
Oh, that's right, and that's how the other personalities tend to broadside the other folks on the back end.
Right.
So, for example, remember we said earlier the example that, of course, I did to my wife, honey, I want to paint the house, and she didn't have any option to even choose the color, right? And so, no, baby, look, I really want you to tell me the color that you want. Okay. Well, she already sees the pressure, feels the pressure. No, that's a good color. That's a good color. And sure enough, like 20 minutes before we start painting, or here's my favorite: the house has been painted.
Yes.
Okay, the project is already done.
The initiative is already being
It's
enacted.
done.
Yep.
That's right. The
We're in
project, we've
execution.
already paid. We've already done this. The
Yep.
management team's full speed ahead. We've announced it. The house is painted. You step back, and someone says, I never really liked that color in the first place.
I always knew this wouldn't work.
Yeah. So it's just we tend to broadside each other by not communicating early. And there's a lot of reasons for it, but the one thing is we have to be committed that we're not going to try to create unnecessary emergencies. But that's not something you can change overnight.
Right.
You just got to commit to it. The second things we got to make sure that we watch out for is, let me ask you this, John. When we do this recording, how fast does time fly?
Oh, very fast.
Doesn't it feel like we just
Yes.
talked for 3 minutes and then I was like,
Absolutely.
what? That was 10 minutes?
Exactly,
All right.
yeah.
Hopefully you guys listening feel the same way.
This has been so long.
Yeah, it's a real
show.
insult when someone says, "Man, I love your 2-hour show." Ours was only 1 hour. Oh yeah, sorry. Well, that's the other part about time management. Time accumulates very fast.
Yes.
All right, ready? What if you're a manager and I could come up to you and I say, "John, how many employees you got?"
10.
10. All right. What if I told you that of all of them, we have a real practical day-by-day way in which by the end of the year, I could help them save anywhere from 1.5 weeks of efficiency up to 3 months of extra time or of more efficiency.
So you're saying that it would be that 3 months level. So you're saying a 13-week, I could add an extra quarter
Yes.
to the year.
Yes. Per employee.
Okay. I'd be interested in that.
Would you be interested in that?
I surely would.
All right. Here's the magic wand. Ready? We have to make sure that those team members are not wasting time every day.
So the accumulation of that
Exactly.
wasted time adds
Watch.
up to.
You do the math, and we're not going to bore everybody with it, but any 15 minutes wasted on any given day, annualized, adds up to a week and a half worth of work.
That's a week and a half work week, right?
Yeah,
Not
that's right.
24/7.
That's right.
But a work week.
A work week.
Yeah.
Right. So if we do 30 minutes of wasted time, you're up to 3 weeks now. You keep adding 30 minutes. If you waste 60 minutes, you're up to about 6.5 weeks. Okay, you know what the national average poll after poll, you and I did even have
Sure.
this posted on our website. Poll after poll shows that people. We got to get this information now.
Yeah.
People waste more than 2 hours a day.
I know. 2 hours.
2 hours per day.
You're feeling groovy for 2 hours.
Because we all walk around just feeling groovy. We're not mindful of our time as we should, and the time just slips away. You're listening to 107.3 FM.
WBRP.
Anytime at all. Anytime at all. Anytime at all. All you gotta do is go. I'll be there.
Welcome back to Team Real World. Great song. The
Great
Beatles.
song.
This is where we discuss real problems, real solutions, and we make it.
Really fun.
You're listening to Talk 107.3 FM.
WBRP.
And our name is Team Real World, and our website is www.teamrealworld.com. Our phone number is 225-772-4357. All right, well, let's continue. This is halfway through our show. Man, time just flies.
I know.
It just flies. Let me read you a great quote on
Okay.
time management, okay? This is a good one on procrastination. But, wait, let me read it later. Oh, that's too much fun. Okay. That's a huge problem, procrastination. Now,
Yes.
we're going to be covering procrastination here because it's all tied in together. So what we've been discussing so far about time management is you have to change the way you think. You have to make some commitments that your emergencies are not, your disorganization should not constitute somebody else's unfair emergency and backwards, right?
Right.
Number two, you're going to stay away from broadsiding.
Right.
You're going to stop coming to everybody with the assumption that they can't see the fact that you are the one disorganized. You're going to own it. You're going to do it up front. You're going to say it up front. You're going to apologize. You're going to respect people's time. You're going to say that. Look, I'm sorry that I'm disrespecting your time. Could you, would you please? Right? That's
Right.
at least respectful.
Yep.
The third thing we're going to do is we're going to watch our times. Just like Ben Franklin said, watch your cents. The dollars take care of themselves. Watch your minutes. Because as we said, you waste 90 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day. It adds up to a lot of time at the end of the year.
That's right.
Right?
That's
and
right.
you don't want to let that go away. So, managers, just a little tip. You want to hire new people? Rethink about the fact whether your current people are being efficient with their time. That's probably where you could save yourself additional overhead with bringing on people.
That's right. I mean, think about that mathematically. If you have 4 people who are wasting a quarter a year,
Man,
that's a whole
person.
full-time job.
That's a whole person.
Yeah.
You know, so, and anyways, as we said right before the last break, that the average person wastes about 90 minutes to 2 hours a day.
Right.
Now, when we say that, we waste, what does that mean? See, waste has to be defined. Waste is moving away from doing things that help you reach your goals.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
That's probably the proper definition of waste.
That's right. I mean, there's a stereotype of waste that says, it makes me think when I was in high school, I had a summer job at a ladder factory. And our last day working there was one of the guys I worked with who said, my goal today is to be on the clock and perform no service at all for this company. And so he would hide. He would, at one point, we were all working and we saw him come in a dead sprint through the place. And then shortly after, we saw his boss kind of walk through and look around the room. We could tell he was looking for Trent, but he wasn't there. So there's that stereotype of waste.
Right.
But there can be waste that's just done by doing activity that looks workish, but it's not going anywhere
because the employee may be doing things that are not aligned with where the department should be doing.
Right.
Or that department is doing things that are not aligned with what. So there's this element of alignment that has to happen in companies to make sure that the team members are aligned with the goals of the department is aligned with the goals of the company.
Yep.
And you remember if you guys think about some of the shows we've done before, it's with Steve Jobs, the interview we did with him, is having everybody on the same page.
Right.
Okay, you can't have a well-run ship if half your crew is doing stuff they shouldn't be doing that has no positive impact to where we're going on this voyage.
Exactly.
So you all need to be that. It's hard. I mean, it's hard, but it is the ideal thing. There's a funny line in the movie. What is it? Scary Movie 3 or 4 or 5? I don't know. With the aliens. Okay, one of those where Martin Sheen, he goes to his brother. He goes, you're a loser. You don't have anything doing in life. And he goes, well, I'm not a loser. Yes, you don't have a plan. He says, I have a plan. What's your plan? To create a plan. and that's our biggest problem.
Yeah.
Listen, on the way over here, do the recording, Dave Ramsey said something really interesting. Debt is not your problem. Debt is the outcome of a bigger problem.
Interesting.
Isn't that good?
That's very
good.
Yeah.
Same way with time management. Time management is not the problem. Time management and your problems with time management are the symptoms of a bigger problem. And that bigger problem is the one we're about to say right now. It is the lack of well-defined goals.
We talk about goal setting sometimes, and this, again, can sound like something unrelated to time management. But you can be very granular, very specific, very efficiently doing things that don't contribute to what you care about.
Our goal is to finish this half segment on time, so we have to be quiet now. You guys should enjoy this segment music because that lets you know that we're halfway through this segment.
Right.
I love that song.
I do too.
Time is on our side.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So in goals, okay, it's essential. It's absolutely essential for us to have goals. We need to have goals. Yeah. And you and I, in our company and our program, we've divided up into 8 areas. We all need to practice to develop 1 to 2 major goals in each one of these areas. Let's call them out. All right.
Okay.
First of all, personal or spiritual.
Yeah.
What are your spiritual goals this year?
That's
right.
Mm-hmm.
Then your family goals.
Yep.
What do you want to hope to accomplish this year? And see, now is the good time of the year to do that.
Oh, yeah.
In the fourth quarter to plan for next year.
Think about how many of you are going to be home on Friday recovering from how much you ate on Thanksgiving.
Right.
And you could pull together your family for an hour and just say, let's just pick at least one
just
thing.
One. Just one. Don't
one
make it a
thing.
big deal.
Yeah.
And I some people think I'm really anal about this, but we do this. Why? Because we believe it. All right. In our family, the Saturday after Thanksgiving, we get together and we write down our 5 to 10 major goals that we all want to accomplish as a family, as individuals. Because you know what happens when we don't? We're all broadsiding each other every Thursday about what's going to happen the weekend.
Well, it's a family, and you're all in the canoe together, but you're all rowing in different directions. So
if you know that the year comes around every year, well, at the end of the year, start making plans. Well, as a company, you should do that as well. That's oftentimes called a strategic plan.
Yep.
Right now, at our company, Team Real World, we're in the middle of a strategic plan discussion. We started with some goals, big idea goals, and now all of our team members are participating in what it means to them and what it's going to mean for them in their everyday life to get ready for 2014. So that's what it means, everybody having a goal and getting alive. The third area is professional goals.
Yep.
What do you want to do in your professional?
Career-wise.
Your career-wise.
In your personal, not necessarily what the company wants, but what do you want to accomplish
That's right.
yourself?
I mean, because right now, I think this is where the biggest challenge, John, in time management. Remember we said goals? Mm-hmm. But really, at the heart of it, is being able to answer this one question. What do you want to see happen?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
When we talk to people about getting organized, leading better lives as far as leaders, not only at work, but life, and ask them, what do you want to see happen in the areas of your spiritual wealth?
Yeah.
Your family wealth, by health, I guess.
Yep.
Your professional life, your physical.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's the fourth area. What do you want to see happen in your personal?
And I'd like to just say the enormous value that exists in saying the obvious out loud.
Yeah.
If you may say, well, I want to make more money.
Well, okay, that's a good start.
That's a start.
Yeah.
Or if you say, I need to lose 50 pounds or whatever it is, saying it out loud. There's when I've been in executive coaching conversations with a number of times, and I say, so what would you like to accomplish here? And I get a stare back like, I just told you my story. It's obvious what I want to accomplish. And then I think, okay, I think I know what they're about to say.
Yeah.
And then when I say, well, tell me, they say something totally different than I think they're about to say.
You're absolutely, John. I think one of the best things that we can learn as humans, as leaders, especially managers and companies, to help our people flesh out of their brains the key question. Right here it is. What would you like to see this year regarding your job? What do you want to see started? What do you want to see improved? What are some things you want to accomplish? And just allow for that thought process, that brainstorming to happen. And that's what we do in our time management workshop. All right, let's name the last three areas.
Okay.
Academics.
Yep.
Okay. The other one is financial.
Yep.
And social.
Yep.
Those are all in our lives. We need to have at least some balance of what we want to do in those areas, so that we don't step into it every new year without a game plan.
Yep. There are all kinds of very, very successful professionals making six figures, working very efficiently all day long, and their personal life is a mess because they have no goals set in their personal life. They're execution machines in their worlds, probably from 6 in the morning till 8 at night.
Right.
But it's not all coming together for them. The money is, but the rest of it isn't, because they haven't used those same tools in their personal world.
And we're looking right now at a one-page form that we have. Email us. We'll send it to you as free. It's a really cool one-page form that helps you analyze yourself and just write down 2 or 3 basic goals in each one of these areas.
Yep.
And take the same approach about your career, your department, your managers. What do you want to see happen with your department? Write those down. Go talk to your bosses and align with them.
Yep.
Okay? Otherwise, time's just going to slip away. It
will.
is going to slip away. You're listening to Team Real World on Talk 107.3 FM.
WBRP.
The second-hand unwind. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall.
Time, see what's become of me. While I looked around.
Welcome back to the Team Real World radio show, where we discuss real problems, real solutions, and we make it
Really fun.
You are listening to Talk 107.3 FM.
WBRP.
And John, I am having a great time.
I am too.
And I tell you, one of the funnest moments throughout our show is the looks that we get from our producer
That's right.
of all the latest hip songs that we choose for our music.
That's right.
Actually, it's the opposite.
That's right.
The fact you just used hip at all has dated you significantly.
Oh, man. See, there's no winning. There's no winning.
We're groovy. We're hip. We are. We're.
His question to us was like, did you guys fall into a coma in the late 80s?
Yeah, all the way through the 90s. That's right.
The answer is yes. Obviously so. All right. So if you don't like our selection of music, send us some ideas.
That's right. Send us songs.
Yeah,
you
shoot
like.
us an idea. And if you think Trey, our producer, is wrong, send us an email telling us.
That's right. What
and
do you
if
think?
we don't hear from anybody about this before the next show, we will choose all ABBA songs from now on.
That's right. You're getting 4 months of Sticks, baby. Let us know what you think.
Or Jet Casey and the Sunshine. That would be a lot of fun. Shake, shake, shake.
The Sunshine Band.
See, he's over there laughing. He's over there laughing. He knows he listens to that stuff on the radio.
He's got a Captain and Tennille album right behind him. I can see it.
Hey, all I know, you are not ripping. I mean, the whole thing of you got to rip my guns out of my dead. Going, hey, that's my Bee Gees album. Staying alive. Anyway, you realize how much time we're wasting?
I know.
I mean, we're almost running out of
I
time,
know.
and we got a lot of things to say.
do.
All right, here you go. Let's finish off with this great segment. We're about to give you 7 basic steps on how to try to get time management, better goals into your life. You ready?
Let's go.
We're going to knock them out fast. Number 1, start every single Monday with 6 written down goals that you're going to accomplish by the end of that day, period.
That's it.
That's it. You got to do it. You have to. If you don't start with 6, if you don't, and you don't write them down, they're going to go away.
And the writing down, that's the key.
Key. Gail Carnegie used to stick 6 marbles in his right pocket, and by the end of the day, he'd turn 1 over to his left pocket as he accomplished his goal.
Yep.
Okay. Step number 2: work your schedule and protect those goals from unnecessary interruptions.
Yeah, this is such a huge thing.
You have to
Negotiate with people. Don't passively just sigh and say, "Oh, I just can never set." It's okay to set a boundary.
Yeah,
it really is.
a little trick here. About 7, I'm going to say, I don't have statistics on this. A large number of folks, they come to you and they say, "Look, I need to take care of something right now." And if you say something like, "Hey, listen, I hear you. Could we talk about that at 2:00?" Okay, or somebody says, "Look, I need you to help me with this right now." I'd be glad to. Let me get back with you at 3:00 and see if I can help you then. A lot of those people will then turn around and say something like, "Never mind, I got it."
Mm-hmm.
Or
exactly right.
they'll say, "Okay."
That's exactly right.
So that's how you protect your time.
That's right.
So give yourself time for interruptions, but protect your time. Step number 3. This almost sounds kind of weird, okay? All right. At the end of the day, take 15, 20 minutes, go over your goals and move forward those things you did not accomplish and plan your next day. Don't wait till you get home. Don't wait, "Oh, I'll do it tonight." Don't wait, "Oh, I'll do it in the morning." Do it before you get home.
That's right. It's so much harder to come in the next morning because now you're back into the rat race.
That's right. Because you've already let the emails and the rushness of the day keep you from what you know you should be doing.
That little trigger, click and whir, you're right back in it again. Suddenly it's noon, and you've lost another half.
Right. So step number 4. Step number 4 is repeat what you just did. Steps 1, 2, and 3. Repeat that on Tuesday, and on Wednesday, and then on Thursday, and then on Friday, and get into a routine of every day, starting with 6 goals. Protecting them, negotiating interruptions, check at the end of the day, 15, 20 minutes, and plan your next day. That routine is essential.
Listen, if you're listening to this right now, please let this impress on you. If you're going to be successful in your life, it's going to be because of something you're doing every day.
That you believe in.
Exactly.
And that the thing we're encouraging and asking you to believe in something is the power of a routine.
Remember how we said Mondays recur with alarming regularity? So do seasons. Life is about rhythm. If you're building certain rhythms into your life, just like no one suddenly goes to McDonald's one day and then the next morning they wake up 50 pounds heavier.
Right.
It all happens slowly over time.
That's what happened to me.
Except for Maurice. One day, Maurice stood up, and it was like, where did this come from?
No, it was over a long period of time. It's just one burger a day. It's just one Coke a day. Now my doctors tell me, you know what you need to stop doing?
Yeah.
That one Coke a day.
That's right. It's that everyday thing.
It's amazing
really
how much it accumulates. It creeps up on us. So the 4 steps of the routine are key. After we hear Mick Jagger again, we'll come back for the last 3, and then we'll give you some final tips. See, at the beginning of the show, we felt like time was not on our side. But now we're getting some tools under our belts.
That's right.
So now you can say, you know what? I am going to win myself some time.
That's right.
You know what? I am going to take control of my time. Why? How? Every day, starting with 6 goals.
Yep.
Step number 2 is what? Work your schedule and protect and do your goals. Negotiate interruptions as best as you possibly can. Takes time, and don't be a jerk. You know, be gracious, but move towards that. Number 3, what did we say? At the end of the day, take 15, 20 minutes a day. Look over the things you've accomplished. Move those things forward to the next day. Mark as completed those that you didn't, and get your list ready for the next day before you head out for the day.
That's right.
That's step number 3. Step number 4 is repeat that routine every day.
Just like the
Right?
shampoo bottle. You
All
do
right,
it
now-
once. That's good. But repeating really gets the long-term
Yeah,
value.
It's like motivation, you know. It only lasts for one day, like showering. You got to do it
That's
often.
right.
Okay, now step number 5 is key.
Okay.
To not get stuck in the rat race. Okay, by Thursday, Wednesdays and Thursdays, look ahead into your next week and make your appointments in sales or your cross-departmental meetings that you need to meet with people. Have those things scheduled by the end of Thursday for the following week. Don't wait for Monday, because if you wait for Monday, you're in the middle of everybody's rat
That's
race,
right.
and you will not be as efficient. That's the number one. That's the key step to getting ahead of the rat race.
This is a huge technique, so I want to repeat this again to make sure you hear it. This weekend, you guys have watched some football, I bet. You're about to today.
Right.
And if you watch really great running backs, they have a way of leaning one way when right as they're about to get tackled and then going the other way, and it puts that defender off balance so that they're going one way when he's going the other way.
Right.
This is the time management version of this. All of the flow is the Monday rush, and then they're starting to lighten up on Wednesday. That's when you attack. That's when you set your appointment.
And when everybody's rushing and rat racing to get in each other's schedule, you've already allotted the time with people.
Exactly.
And if they do cancel on you, at least they'll owe you.
Yeah.
Okay. But really, this is the key.
Yeah.
On Wednesdays and Thursdays, get ahead by scheduling things ahead.
Yeah.
It's amazing what happens when you call somebody and say, look, I need to meet with you in 2 weeks. What?
Yeah.
Level of professionalism rises. All right, step
Absolutely.
number 6. At the end of the week on Fridays, take half an hour and check off the goals that you accomplished this week, move the ones you didn't for next week, and have your list ready for Monday morning. Disconnect and enjoy the weekend.
Yes.
Okay? Don't go into your weekend without having closed your week. That's step number 6.
Yep.
And step number 7. On Sunday, at some point, just like, you know, a lot of you moms, you know, are so wonderful about saying, hey, I got to get up and get kids' lunch for school the next day, right? And you take 15, 20 minutes to do that, get it all ready for Monday morning. Same thing on Sunday night, brush up your list, remind yourself what you did, go to bed, whatever time you decide to go to bed, you've at least got your list ready to get up in the morning, and you start the whole 7 steps all over again.
Yep.
Yeah?
That's exactly
Listen,
right.
You can buy all the books. You can go to all the workshops. Ultimately, they all say the same thing. Get yourself six goals, get in a routine, do them, control your interruptions, close out the end of the day, close out the end of the week, schedule weeks at least 1 to 2 weeks ahead, and watch how much more effective you become.
Yeah, and I'll just add in here as well. Usually, when someone attempts this, they make mistakes if they go too extreme either way. If they're
yes,
too vague,
yes,
but it's
yes.
also a mistake to get so obsessively planned
Right.
that it becomes brittle and artificial, and they're not actually living their life out.
Right.
They're just executing tiny things they've.
And before we finish there, we have to make at least 1 minute's worth comment on how do you keep up with this? Stay away from sticky notes.
Yeah.
But if you can only do it with sticky notes, do it with sticky notes.
Yeah.
Okay? Use your cell phones if that helps. Use a Franklin planner if that helps. We use the technique called a docket, a simple spreadsheet with at least 4 columns. Column number 1, what am I supposed to do today?
Yep.
Column number 2, who's supposed to do it?
That's right.
Column number 3, when is this supposed to be done?
Yes.
Column number 4, what's the status of this? That's it,
Yeah.
you guys. Seriously, I am not going to exaggerate. We basically run our company with a simple docket that we all share and keep everybody on the same page.
If you're going to be on the same page, you got to have a page.
Oh, we are out of time. That was good, John. If you're going to be on the same page,
Oh, thank you.
you got to have a page?
Yeah.
And you waited till the end to say
Yeah.
that, huh?
Well, I
Last minute
scheduled
kind of
it.
thing,
I
you know?
scheduled it.
Look, just say goodbye. We're running out of time.
Goodbye, everybody.
You're listening to 107.3 FM.
WBRP.
But in the end, that's right. I hope you had the time of your life.